So much. Well, it's nearly time for students to be out of school for summer, which means lots of free time and, for some, boredom. Christina Carter with Intuit Parenting joins us to outline some ideas to keep your children occupied and happy. Good morning.
Hi, Shelby. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. You know, I think the kids may have a little anxiety as summertime approaches, and so do the parents.
Definitely.
Because we're losing that structure that we're used to throughout the school year.
Yes, exactly. So we want to have a peaceful, happy, joyful summer, and there are some things that we can do to support us with that. So one thing we can do is to allow our kids the space just to decompress from the school year. Give them the opportunity to lose track of time, to doodle, to daydream. This really soothes their nervous system. It's so powerful and so healing when we allow the mind to just wander, let it go where it needs to go, let it do what it needs to do. There's something just so healing about that. And there's still, believe it or not, a lot of lingering unprocessed emotions and stress from the last few weeks of school built up, and it's important to give our kids that space to just decompress.
You know, I think as parents, we're often worried about, oh, we don't want them to be bored, because if they're bored, then they might get agitated. But sometimes it's good for them to be bored and to have a little space to
That's what I always say. Just let them be bored. That is okay. And I would say activities and camps are absolutely okay without overcrowding their schedule. If it's more of the same, of the grind of like similar to the school year where they get up, they're going every single day, it's go, 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 they have to report somewhere, it's chaos, it's high intensity in their schedule, we want to avoid that. So camps and activities are great, but in moderation. We still want to allow that room for them to be bored and to let their creativity come through.
Absolutely. I think for a lot of parents, TV time, screen time is going to go up over the summer just naturally. How can we kind of combat that?
Yeah, so I think sometimes parents will go into the summer and just be like, whew, okay, no structure, no routine, you can just play with it as much as you want. I do highly recommend still putting parameters around screen time and electronic usage. We're all really familiar at this point with the adverse effects of too much screen time.
Sure.
It causes irritability, aggression, anxiousness, the list goes on. There's so many adverse effects.
Sure, and then I think you're also kind of setting yourself up for failure when you go back to the school year.
Definitely.
They're not going to want to hear their screen time rules after months of not having them.
Right, so definitely keeping that in moderation is going to be really important for reducing those behavior problems, the moodiness, the irritability, the impulsivity. We really want to keep an eye on that.
Absolutely. And you know, we talked about giving them a little bit of time to be bored, a little time to breathe and decompress from the structure of the school year. But at the same time, we often hear that kids do thrive in a little bit of structure. So how do we give them some predictability in their day?
Right. So I would definitely say everything's all about balance. As much as we want to give them the space to decompress, with that, we also need to give them honor a basic daily rhythm to their day. This gives them a sense of groundedness, security, safety, expectation. When we don't have any structure at all, it can lead to things like anxiousness, where they're always asking, what's the next thing? What's going to happen next? Where are we going? What are we doing? Or it can lead to signs of depression, where they're just collapsed and not interested in any activities. And so we really do want to give that basic structure, that daily basic rhythm and that routine for them.
Yeah, I can't imagine if someone just woke me up every day and said, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm not telling you what's happening after that. It would make us crazy. So it makes sense.
Yeah, we want to honor like basic meal times and making sure they're getting rest at night, and just that rhythm there, you know, just to have that sense of expectation. It does soothe us.
Absolutely.
It does feel calming.
Christina, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Some great tips as we head into summertime.